But the majority of the youth, Muslim youth, either born here, or even if they've been born back home, they have been raised here. And they are creating what we would call an American identity. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way. If you can have a Pakistani Islam or Indonesian Islam, why cannot you have an American Islam? This is a process of indigenization, by the way. Indigenization means to carve out your space in a different culture. And if you don't carve out your own space, somebody will do that for you. Somebody will define who you are.
Duality tells us that it is not a negative thing in and of itself. It is not a negative thing to have multiple identities. It is, if you're from a psychological DSM, manual kind of perspective, yes, if you have a problem and you walk around going, I'm Altaf now, I'm so-and-so now, that's a problem. But if I can wake up in the morning as a son to Muslim parents, pray my fajr on time, get ready, get dressed, go to school, navigate through American society, having my work ethic strong, because Islam says, the Prophet says, whatever you do it to the best level. And then I go on, I do well in my courses, I do well in my school, I do everything, and then as I'm coming out of there, I go to Dhuhr prayer, I pray there. I come back out, my friends say, let's go to eat. I say, we can go to eat if a place doesn't serve alcohol, or I can't eat pork. I'm navigating every aspect of society. I'm navigating it. But I'm an expert by the time I go to college. If I've been doing that, as Dr. Liyakat said, with a frame of reference that liberates me, but doesn't stifle me. Are you with me so far?
Because Islam doesn't reside in Pakistan, it resides in your heart. You can be in Mecca and be the perfect kafir or munafiq, and you can be in Timbuktu and be the perfect Muslim. Islam does not depend on where you are. Islam depends on who you are. And as I said, the youth are creating this American Islamic identity. And you talk to them, and you'll see the way that they talk, the way that they are dressed. They don't want to dress in the old shalwar kameez. They dress American. They don't want to eat the kebab and the pulao. They want to eat the pizza. And when you talk to them, normally when we meet each other, it's like, Salaam alaikum, how are you? When you talk to them, it's, yo man, Salaam alaikum, yo. And, how do you respond? Yo alaikum salam, that kind of thing. But as I said, that's their way of expressing.
Everything was made out of lard. There was nothing. I remember growing up, I'm going, this is going to be a difficult, a time for us, because everything that was anything good or seemingly other kids enjoyed, you wanted to enjoy. You wanted to take apart an Oreo cookie. That in itself is an identity crisis, because that's what an Oreo, African-American community, they say constantly, you are an Oreo, a black on the outside and a white on the inside, right? It's an expression, an analogy. But that was a fun thing. You took it apart, you dipped it in milk, but you watched the commercial, you're like, I can't do that. Like, I can't have that cookie. And then suddenly it goes to vegetable shortening. We're like, takbir, right? And it was only the small ones, like why couldn't it be the big ones, right? But that was liberating for us. Something that was inaccessible.